wearing a mask and taking it off. It's really weird, but there we go. That's how we do social distancing and safety nowadays, as you all know. Welcome to Chef Talks. My name is Dave Crane. I've got the pleasure of running this room and sharing with you lots of incredible conversations. The beauty of what we're going to do today is our guests are always some of the best chefs, and today our audience are the best chefs as well. So we can say anything, really, and get away with it. Got a couple of guests that will wander in and feel intimidated and walk out halfway through, but that's how showbiz works. So I know that a lot of the speakers who are going to be chatting to me throughout the entire day are already in and making notes and observing. What I will say as well, by the way, if you connect with me on social media, I will be broadcasting each day actually later on. So you'll catch it first thing in the morning tomorrow. But if you want to contact me directly, then I'll give you a feed of what it is I've created as well. So with that being said, this is Chef Talks. We're going to be going through a number of different things today. I'm going to say that it's a really exciting session that we're going to open up with talking about the Dubai Chefs Collective. Now, this is an incredible story, and the nearest I can find to it is imagine the food Avengers happening in Dubai. That's pretty much a description of what it is that we're going to be talking about for the next half an hour and so. So in order to do that, I'd like to invite up a gentleman who's already been to see me, and we've already had a chat all about the incredible things that are going on at Bidi Bondi. About Shane Bourne, executive chef, joined by the host of a Chef JKP podcast. He's the executive chef at ME Dubai, and that's James Knight Pacheco. I was almost right. Give him a round of applause. There you go, gentlemen. I'm sorry about Pacheco. Here's the thing. Whenever you're actually emceeing an event, there's two things that happen. There's the way that you read things and the way that you say it. And what you're meant to do is you're meant to repeat something over and over in your head, so therefore you get a muscle memory, so when it comes out properly. And sometimes you don't do that. And as you noticed, that was it. Gentlemen, tell me about the Dubai Chefs Collective.
Well, first of all, Dave, thank you very much for inviting us here. It's an absolute pleasure to be here and to represent and to talk about the Dubai Chefs Collective, the Food Avengers, which very much it is. Yeah, it's a fantastic story, all about community and support, and we're really here to showcase some of the best talents in the region, and each one of them has an amazing story and talent that we really want to share. At the same time, it's a bit weird because it's a place that has no ego whatsoever, which is a bit strange.
Yeah, but you say that. Is that really true?
Shane?
Yeah, actually, I believe it is. I think anyone that has arced up a little bit and tried to swing a bit of a stick has been put down quite quickly. They've all been, but also they understood exactly what the platform's there for. It's not about I'm better than you. It's more about how do we help each other.
So let's first start off. I've just come in, nice to see you. Welcome to our Chef Talks. If you could describe why you created the collective, how you got people into it, and whether you turned around to people and said, no, we don't like you can't come to play. Because that must be a thing. And those people might be in the room, but we can't look at them. Okay, so tell me about it.
I think it all kind of started off last year at Gulfood when I met James. And for a little while, the idea kind of been percolating. We'd spoke back and forth. And then we got to kind of a month or so into lockdown, and I said, okay, cool, let's do this. Started kind of developing the idea, building a website, kind of making a logo, and talking to a few of the other chefs that we know in the industry, saying, hey guys, what do you think? Would you be interested in this? And we had a very, very positive response. Okay,
can we just establish this is because there were no more customers left in Dubai and you sat there watching Netflix? Is that what kind of drove it? Because chefs get on or don't get on, but this had a very specific purpose of sharing information and being a collective, almost like a mastermind group of chefs in Dubai.
Yeah, I mean, what happened, obviously, during the lockdown, through social media, there were huge masterclasses ongoing. Suppliers were sending us a load of different ingredients, and all of us were basically doing YouTube or Instagram Live or whatever that may be, and we thought, what an incredible thing to have so many different talented chefs and cooks on one collective, because we don't all know everything, and it's amazing to share so many different talents and to ask, you know, how is this specific recipe made? What is that technique? Without any boundaries and without sort of any animosity.
So there's complete openness. Now, my background of being in a group like that is as a DJ years ago. DJs won't show anything to anybody unless they've got the latest music that nobody can get access to. It's not like, please, have a look at my stuff, because then they start copying it. Chefs, there must be an element of that involved in it, or were you more happy to say, let's just, let's hug it out in a socially distanced way?
I always find that a bit funny, and I spoke to you a bit about my mother the other day. There's a couple of things that I make a whole lot better than she does these days, but there's still a couple of things I can have.
Oh, this is live, mate. This is live.
is
Be
going
careful.
out.
Be careful, mate.
Expect a
Be
call from
careful.
Mum.
But there's always going to be a few things that, even though I've got her recipe, I can never make it the same way that she does. Everyone cooks differently no matter what the recipe is. So it's not so much about, are they going to make it better? It's always going to be different no matter, same recipe, different chef. It's never going to be the same outcome.
I'm expecting for Christmas for your mum to make you a Michelin t-shirt, by the way, 3 stars. This is for you, because you've done... So when we're looking at the whole thing, by the way, so there must be a number of chefs who wanted to join, but you had to sort of like draw a line. What was the criteria? What is the criteria for joining the Food Avengers?
Well, first of all, I sort of tried to connect the first group, as it were, and I just directly approached them and said, listen, we're going to come up with something cool. Would you like to be part of it? And was very straightforward about it. And I would say 90% of the people that I asked were like, yeah, this sounds really cool. Would love to join. The criteria at the time was basically sort of the most